the camera that exposed a truth voiceover script, fully adapted and fictionalized version. Imagine finishing a long day at work and driving home through a quiet neighborhood. You are tired. You are thinking about dinner, your family, and getting some rest. You have no idea that within a few days, your entire life is about to change. This is the story of Daniel Carter, a hardworking delivery driver, a husband, and a father of 2 young children. One ordinary afternoon, Daniel was driving through a residential area after completing his final delivery of the day. What happened next would lead to a criminal charge that could have changed his future forever. According to investigators, officers were conducting an operation nearby when they became interested in a vehicle matching Daniel's car. They claimed they attempted to stop him. The officers later reported that Daniel ignored police signals and deliberately left the area. In their report, they described his actions as suspicious and dangerous. Soon afterward, prosecutors charged Daniel with a serious offense. The accusation shocked everyone who knew him. His family couldn't believe it. His employer became concerned. Friends began asking questions. Daniel himself was terrified. He knew that a criminal conviction could cost him his job, damage his reputation, and affect his family's future. But Daniel insisted on one thing. He was innocent. He repeatedly told his attorney that he never knowingly ignored any police order. He never intended to flee. He never realized that officers wanted him to stop. Many people would have accepted a plea bargain and moved on, but Daniel refused. He wanted the truth to come out. Fortunately for him, his attorney believed that every detail mattered. Instead of focusing only on witness statements, the attorney started examining every piece of available evidence: police reports, photographs, maps, timelines, and most importantly, video recordings. Several cameras had captured portions of the incident: a nearby business security camera, a homeowner's doorbell camera, and footage from a city traffic camera located at a nearby intersection. Individually, none of these recordings seemed particularly important. Together, however, they told a very different story. When the court hearing finally arrived, prosecutors appeared confident. The officers explained what they believed had happened. They described their attempt to stop Daniel. They explained why they believed he intentionally left the area. At first, everything seemed straightforward. Then the defense attorney began presenting the video evidence. The courtroom became silent. Everyone focused on the screens. The recordings were examined carefully, second by second, frame by frame. The attorney paused frequently. He asked simple questions that appeared harmless at first. Could the driver clearly see the police vehicle? Were the emergency signals visible from that angle? Was there enough time for a reasonable person to understand what was happening? Could obstacles have blocked the driver's view? As the footage continued, more questions emerged. Certain details did not match the original account. The timeline seemed different. Distances appeared shorter. Events happened much faster than expected. Most importantly, the recordings raised serious doubts about whether Daniel knew officers were attempting to stop him. The prosecution argued that his actions showed guilt. The defense argued that confusion was a far more reasonable explanation. The hearing suddenly became much more complicated. Then something unexpected happened. The judge began asking detailed questions. The lawyer stopped talking. The judge wanted to examine the evidence personally. She reviewed the footage carefully. Again, and again, and again. Every angle, every second, every movement. The courtroom watched in complete silence. The judge wasn't interested in assumptions. She wasn't interested in speculation. She wanted facts. She wanted evidence. And she wanted answers. The more closely she examined the recordings, the more concern she expressed. The evidence simply did not provide a clear picture supporting the accusation. There were too many unanswered questions, too many uncertainties, too many inconsistencies. The judge explained that criminal cases require proof. They cannot be built on guesses. They cannot be based on assumptions. And they certainly cannot move forward when supporting facts remain unclear. Finally, after reviewing all the evidence, the judge delivered her decision. The prosecution had not provided sufficient evidence to continue the case. Charge was dismissed. Just like that, the legal battle was over. For Daniel and his family, the relief was overwhelming. Once the stress suddenly disappeared. But the case just left behind an important lesson. In today's world, cameras are everywhere. Traffic cameras, security cameras, doorbell cameras, cell phones. These devices often capture events exactly as they happen. Unlike human memory, recordings do not become confused over time. They do not forget. They do not guess. They simply preserve the moment. This story also reminds us of another important principle. Every person deserves a fair opportunity to challenge the evidence against them. The justice system works best when facts are carefully examined and tested. Good lawyers ask difficult questions. Good judges demand reliable evidence. And sometimes the truth is found in places nobody expected. In this case, a few ordinary cameras help reveal a much bigger story. A story that changed one man's future. A story that reminds us that justice is strongest when it follows the evidence. And a story that proves that sometimes the smallest details can make the biggest difference. Thank you for watching. If you enjoy inspiring legal stories, courtroom mysteries, and real-world lessons about justice, be sure to subscribe, like this video, and turn on notifications so you never miss our next story. And remember, the truth may hide for a while, but sooner or later, the evidence usually finds a way to speak.